New signings, new tactics, new Newcastle. Welcome back to Season 3. Yes, folks, how is it going, you lovely lot? And welcome back to the Journey Manager. Yesterday, we had a transfer special. Go watch it if you didn't watch that one today. It's a difficult episode, if I might say so myself. We are doing 2 games away from home in the Premier League. Away against Man City, away against Chelsea, the teams that finished 2nd and 1st, respectively, last year. And I've got them to open up the season just about. Now, just as a little refresher, the aim of this save game is to win the Premier League, and our aim for the current season as a Premier League manager is to qualify for the Europa League. Honestly, I'd really like to get top 5. Champions League football, the money that comes with that, the reputation boost that comes with that as well, would be delightful to achieve. And with the signings we've got, I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it. Now, to recap, we have spent almost 180, well, plus million pounds. In fact, we've probably spent over 200 million because Mastaloni here is showing on the previous year. But the bottom line is, we did a big overhaul to the team last year. We did also sell players for a hell of a lot of money too. And to kick off today's episode, as we approach this first game of the season, we are going to do a little squad rundown of our team, which now features 2 players in the Media Dream 11. Now, of course, the transfer window is still open until the end of the month. I don't think there's going to be any business between then and now. Our current first team does sit at 28 players. That is arguably a little on the larger side. So there could still be maybe a player or 2 that move on. But in terms of signings in, I think we are done. Now, of course, the big news for this year is that we are dropping the strikerless system, although technically it is still just stored in our back pocket if we need it. But for this year, I'm leaning towards a 4-2-3-1, leveraging a lot of the instructions and ideology that we had in our very first job as manager, back when we were managing, Albrecht Nagata. It feels like so long ago now, that, doesn't it? But yes, this formation shift is a bit of a radical one. There's plenty of new players in our ranks, and it's going to see a few players that have been at the team a while deployed in new ways. Now, one position that saw no changes in the off-season was the goalie position. Spike Brits remains our number 1. This guy is an England international goalie of, well, a lot of times at this point. In terms of milestones here, you can see Premier League Golden Glove, 3rd place last year. He kept 18 clean sheets. And in the world goalkeeping kind of voting award stuff, he was the 2nd best goalie. I have seen the odd comment here and there suggesting that he's just not good enough. I feel like Football Manager, when it comes to kind of goalie performances, it's just a bit harsh, the game. This guy is actually a really good goalie. In terms of backups, we've got Craig Thompson here, who is homegrown at club. He is 3rd choice goalie, and then our 2nd choice goalie is going to be Kirillov this year. The Bulgarian international at 20 years old looks like a great keeper. I did weigh up maybe loaning him out, but to be honest, I'd like to give him a sprinkling of cup games this year. Last year, I was a bit guilty of trying to spread ourselves thin, trying to compete in every competition, and ultimately it saw us fail to qualify for the Champions League and end up finishing 6th, losing the FA Cup semi-final and the EFL Cup final. For this year, the focus is entirely on the Premier League. I will play rotated youth teams in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup and Europa League, and unless we get to the super late stages of them, I'm not even going to worry about them in videos. But yes, goalkeeping-wise, I think we're in a good little spot. From a defensive point of view, it's been a bit of an overhaul this year. Now, of course, last year we played with 3 centre-backs. This year we're going to a back 4. One of our centre-backs of last year, though, is simply moving into the wider area. Ramon Marco is going to be my go-to right-back option this year. Love his jumping reach, love his physicals and his mentals on the whole. Admittedly, you know, the crossing and dribbling, you'd like to see it maybe a tiny bit higher, but I feel like fullbacks like this just don't really exist in the future in Football Manager. For whatever reason, the regen system that works in Football Manager just doesn't produce wingbacks, so we've got to make do with what we can. Marco is a great addition on one side, of course, moving wide. The other new addition to the defence, who isn't actually, a player we've moved across, but rather a player that we brought in this year, is Gabriele Mastaloni. Already mentioned this guy, £37 million paid for him. He was previously playing for Manchester United. In retrospect, maybe I should have bought him last year for £7.75 million, but this guy, I think, is a quality little left-back. Great leadership, which is going to be good in the dressing room. Great crossing as well. And as a fullback on attack for our team, he is going to get permission to go forward. In terms of depth in the fullback area, Semeraro, who in the past few years has been my go-to right wing-back, is going to be the immediate backup who can play both on the right and left-hand side. We'd also have Philip Vincent-Day, who was a youngster that we signed last year and loaned back to Blackburn. He can play left-back and right-back and is either-footed. Admittedly, he's a little bit more of the Ramon Marco vibe. I could play him at right wing-back if I need to, though. There is a little bit more depth at left-back with Gasparini. The 19-year-old is a decent little wing-back who I definitely want to give some game time to. There's a few players like Gasparini here who are kind of under the age of 21 who I kind of would like to at least try and develop. And the last in terms of the fullback options is my son, who in an emergency could end up being our left back or right back. That is slightly concerning. Now, of course, with the back four, like I already mentioned, the fullback's going to be on support. The fullback on the left-hand side is going to be on attack. And then at centre-back, it's two players who were part of our back three last year. Simon Hughes is going to be our left centre-back. Really, really like this guy. England international, 28 years old, fantastic head of hair. And alongside him, Hamilton, who is homegrown at club, is going to be our other centre-back player. In all honesty, I think the centre-back position might now be the weak spot in the side, but I still think it's pretty blooming good. And alongside Vincent Day, in terms of options at centre-back, we've got Lundqvist here, who's a decent backup, I think, to say the very least. At 24 years old, definitely view him as more of a fringe player. The other man who could maybe play a bit this year is Geraldo, 18 years old. We signed him towards the end of the transfer window this year. £11 million he signed him for a little over a week ago from Brazil. Loads of potential. I want to develop him if I can. Now, defensive mid has been a bit of a weird area for us because for the last few years we were playing with one defensive mid, so we needed to add some players in this part of the pitch, and we've added just the one for now. Martin Meylan is going to be our defensive midfielder option, at least of the players that can actually play defensive midfielder. This guy, 22 years old, signed for £12 million, I think is a bargain. Definitely more of a backup register rather than a defensive mid. The other backup option we've got is Fausto Sanchez, who on occasion last year was given pretty regular minutes. He will be the third choice defensive mid, and when we have injuries or issues, he will be the first port of call. In terms of the starting defensive mids, one of them is last year's starter in Big Delhi, the captain of the club, the Iranian international. Crazy mentals, crazy physicals. He is just going to be a pretty bog standard defensive midfielder for us. And alongside him, I've ditched the register. Yeah, for ages in this save game, it feels like I've just gravitated towards registers. I'm being bold. I'm being brave. Hyun Do Ma is going to be playing at defensive mid for us this year. Signed for £68 million from Tottenham. He can't yet play defensive mid. We're going to make him learn to play it. And within this system, he is going to play as a roaming playmaker. A roaming playmaker, of course, is going to get up and down the pitch. I think that is something that he is capable of doing with his kind of attribute layout you see here. And of course, ahead of him, Faye, who last year was a winger and is still learning to play centre attacking mid, is going to be kind of given these extra instructions to stay wider and run wide with the ball. I'm going to hope that allows Matt to make these really nice underlapping runs. Now, in terms of centre attacking mids, there's a few star players, I think, in this part of the pitch. In terms of the starters, I feel like Sauer, Souza, and Faye are absolutely superb. Sauer, of course, the 29-year-old, starting to head towards the twilight years of his career, but over the last couple of years, he has been superb. Admittedly, last year, maybe a step down from his first season with us, and alongside him, we have got Souza playing as a shadow striker. We picked up this guy last January for £24 million. I think that was a bargain. Didn't get the most out of him last year because he was playing out on the left-hand side. This year, he's moving back into the middle, and on the flip side, a player who last year was playing out wide and is moving into the middle is Gary Faye. This man is slowly but surely picking up centre attacking mid. He is going to be a great shadow striker, and we've got lots of depth if these players don't really perform. In terms of the go-to option, it will be Jun Jun Hwan this year. This guy won the Premier League Golden Boot, perhaps a little bit harsh that he's dropped from the starting 11. He will be the first player we call upon. If any one of these three centre attacking mids isn't cutting the mustard, Juan will be back, and we will be happy to have him back. In terms of the other options here, we've got Vial, who, to be honest, I was looking to sell, but there just hasn't really been interest there, so he's probably going to stay around as a bit of depth at centre attacking mid and at striker. And Rasmus Olsson I really like as a young attacking mid option who can play anywhere down the spine of the team, but at centre attacking mid, he will probably get some minutes this year. Also, the hair. Look at the hair. And another young centre attacking mid option we have is Kassim Mamadi, 20 years old. Frenchman was signed for a really bargain fee of £7.5 million. Spent last year back on loan at Zurich. He's returned from the club that we signed him from, and yeah, I mean, look at him. He is great, isn't he? He is a great centre attacking mid on support. I think that will probably be the role that he plays. He will be Sauer's immediate backup. Admittedly, when you look at it like this, he's a little bit of a downgrade, but I think that is more a reflection of how good Sauer is rather than Mamadi being bad. And last but not least, we come to the striking position. Of course, last few years we've been playing strikerless. This year we've got two really good strikers that I think are going to be battling it out for that number one spot. The first, Tresor Balaki, 29 years old. I love this guy. Signed on a free transfer, and of course one of two French players we've picked up, Jeremy Evrard, I think will be the go-to striker ordinarily. Sadly, he's injured to start the season. He will probably be back for the second game against Chelsea. Here's the head-to-head comparison of the two players. For me, I think Jeremy slightly has the edge, but they're both really, really good. If they're not firing on all cylinders, our third choice is Farrington Kara, a player who I managed when I was in Saudi Arabia, Al Aroba. He stuck it out in Saudi Arabia for the last few years after we left, and now, well, he's reuniting with me on a free transfer at Newcastle. One other backup striker to mention, Charlie Routledge. I don't think he's going to play any matches for us this year, but he is at least training with the first team. I really like the look of this 20-year-old. He improved a lot last year. He was one of the best players in the under-21 Premier League. You can see here, he won English under-21 Premier League Player of the Season. I might still look to loan him out before the transfer window closes. Anyway, that is a little rundown of our squad. We've not done one of those in a while, but I feel like, especially with all the ins and outs that we've had going on lately, kind of nice just to get you up to speed. And with that all said, we are going to jump into this first game of the season. We are away against Man City, and I am nervous. Okay, well, all that talking about the squad aside, time to see if we can actually put it together on the pitch. Now, in terms of team news, like I already mentioned, Jeremy not available for this game. He is not fit enough. So as a result of that, Farrington Khan's going to make his way on the bench. Semeraro, on the other hand, and Maylan. Fitness tests not required, so we are going to risk them. In terms of team news, Simon Hughes, another touch-and-go player, although apparently the fitness test is not required. I really feel like I just got to have my best players on the pitch in a game like this. Mahyundu is going to make his debut at roaming playmaker. Faye, of course, tucking inside. Balaki, playing for his striking position in this team, is going to be starting up top for this one. And, of course, Mastodoni, our left-back, making his debut as well. These two opening games are a bit annoying, really, because as we shift tactical systems and kind of change, I guess, ideologies, we're playing quite a different way now all of a sudden. There is part of me that feels like I need to be able to make changes and tweak things rather swiftly. At the same time, I don't know how much we're going to be able to look at results against Man City and Chelsea and start to make radical conclusions or changes. I feel like we've got to give it at least 5 to 10 games to find its way through. Anyway, they are playing a 4-2-3-1. We are playing our narrow 4-3-3. And while looking at things here, we are going to need to do some defending early on. Kendall Torrey cutting inside their right back. I mean, had he scored that, that would have been amazing. And I just want to point something out. Souza here, who is our left attacking mid, you can see he's set to Mark Titer, right back. Yeah, the idea with that was that he would mark the man who just had that almost kind of wonder goal. Instead, he just kind of let him wander by, which is a bit concerning early on. City working the ball around nicely, it has to be said here. Charis with options inside. Milenkovic is one of them. Of course, with a striker now, we can maybe look to press a little bit, although we're not really pressing all that much there. Andre, Iberan, Andre, one-on-one. Shoots it just over, but that is concerning. Possession slightly in Man City's favour at this moment in time. I'm kind of tempted to change off the positive mentality and maybe just go down to balance. But we'll wait and see what happens here first as Marco wins a massive header at the back post to prevent the annoying cheesy throw-in highlight. The result's in a goal anyway, and I'm getting deja vu. Oh no! It's oh no. We headed the ball out and I thought Marco had done great. He presses. I mean, where is the right centre-back there? Hamilton has the ball go through his legs. It goes through our goalie's legs, and Man City have the lead. I'm going to go to a balanced mentality. Feels a little bit too late to be doing that now, doesn't it? Free kick, Man City, just inside their own half. Looking to work the ball nicely into this wider area. Andre, on the overlap for them. Holding up the play, lays it back. Soa latches onto it nicely, and now he is going to look to bring it forward. Player surging on inside. Unfortunately, he couldn't pick out a player with a pass on target, and instead, it's now Man City on the offensive. Andre on the far side, looking to make something magical happen down this right wing. Dinks into the box. Marco! Oh no, he's given away a penalty. Admittedly, it wasn't Ono. I don't think that he pushed there. It was a Baron. And Man City about to get a penalty to double their lead. I know the answer. They are. And I don't even feel like we've been that bad in this half thus far. And yet it does feel like it's about to be Man City get another goal and double their lead. Unless, I was going to say Brits can make a save. He doesn't save it. Sergeant Gessen scores. He hit it left. Brits went left. And, well, they didn't meet, did they? He went the wrong way. I mean, like I said, this is not a game where I'm going to over-analyse things too much from a kind of tactical point of view. What I will say is we've not really created enough in this game, but equally, Man City outside of their goal and their penalty haven't done that much either. I think as we go into this second half, I am going to just ask the players to play a little bit wider and get rid of run at defence. I feel like at this moment in time, I don't want to change anything too radically, but little tweaks here and there I think are going to be needed in these early days as we kind of figure stuff out. Balaki and Sousa not having particularly good games in this one. I think I will look to make subs sooner rather than later, and well, later might be too late because Ibarren has a chance at the edge of the box, and Gesson, ball's played in, Brits picks it up. Can we just have a highlight going forward, please, Football Manager? You know, we're taking on here Man City, a team who bottled the title last season, but are still a bloody good side away from home. And whilst we're not being destroyed and embarrassed yet, this does feel like a game where we could get embarrassed, and it would almost feel harsh if it was to happen. Ono, Pinto, Boyomo, lots of O's, Ibarren in behind. That's a sensational pass. He should have finished it better than that. Right, Jun Hwan on for Sousa. I'm bringing in Carr up front. Carr, with his 19 jumping reach. I mean, at this point, you know what I'm thinking. In possession, float crosses. Let's try and get the ball forward. Let's try and attack into the space that exists. Admittedly, in this game, I feel like their two defensive mids have really kind of done the job over our attacking midfielders. I would like us just to have a shot and a highlight. That would be a good starting point today, wouldn't it? Pinto brings it out for them, having won the ball off Faye. Ball's played forward in Gesson to Pinto, who's drifting wide. He dinks it. Oh, this does not feel good, does it? Man City coming forward again. Andre, Ibarren. It's 3-0. I spent £117 million plus this summer. I mean, our transfer budget was £117 million. We spent more than that after sales. It doesn't feel like we've spent any money based on this performance here, does it? Chagno, Andre, Ibarren, Payne. I mean, Man City's media prediction is first. Like, their team is quite good. I'm still not that happy with how this has gone. I mean, I guess the concerning thing for me is that we've really done nothing in this game so far. It feels a bit silly. It feels a bit naive. I'm tempted just to tell Marco to get further forward and bring in some fresh legs. I'm going to bring in Sanchez from Hyunmadou, who's not had the greatest of games today. I mean, to be fair, looking at it, no one's had a good game today. Philip Vincent-Day on Newcombe, Semeraro on Newcombe. At this point, I might as well just use this as an opportunity to use the squad, try and build up a little bit of match fitness, because with 15 minutes left, I'll switch to attacking mentality. I know we're not making a comeback here. Oh, what a frustrating game. And it gets worse. Faye is injured. I've made all my subs. We're going to have to play down a man for the last 4 minutes. I hope that's not a serious injury for Faye. The full-time whistle blows here. In terms of starts to the season, that is bloody dreadful. I don't want to look at the league table. Give me the injury update. Tell me what the damage is. Okay, it's not that bad. He's going to be out for 2 weeks. Now, our next game is at home against Leeds United. We should win that, but that's not the kind of game that I feel like will define our season. The next game after that certainly will. We are taking on Chelsea. Getting a run of form and wins together this year is really, really important, because if we look at our upcoming games, we've got Chelsea and Man City in quick succession. We've then got Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester United back-to-back as well. I'm playing all the big boys early on, and I really don't like it. Anyway, I'm going to go play Leeds. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the game against Chelsea. Hopefully Everard's fit. I feel like I need Jeremy up front. Some good news. The tactic we're using isn't just completely rubbish. We managed to beat Leeds 2-0. Granted, it took a couple of later goals in this one. Jeremy Everard, though, scoring on his debut. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it was a thing of beauty by any means. It was a deflected assist. Hyundoo Ma with the assist. The ball ended up in the bottom corner. We're not going to complain, and I mean, when you look at the stats of this game, we definitely deserve to win it. Now, in terms of transfer news, there is no news. Nothing is currently going on at the club. It's a time of peace after what's been a bit of a time of turnover, I suppose. Of course, we're going to hope that we can turn over Chelsea in this game here. They have had a good start to the year. They're up in 4th. In terms of team news for us, Faye, coming back from injury, didn't play in the last game, but Jun Hwan didn't play all that good. So I'm actually going to bring Faye back into the team and play him as a shadow striker. In fact, looking at things here, right now it's the identical team to the one that played the game against Man City. Everard, fitness test recommended to play 75 minutes. You know what? He scored in the last game. I'm putting some faith in him today. Okay, we've got 1 win. We've got 1 loss. We want to try and make it 2 wins today. Chelsea, reigning champions. Their media prediction, by the way, is only 4th. I say only 4th. They won the league last year, which I think was kind of really them punching above expectations. They're not going to be easy by any means for us, though. We are going to continue to stick it out with the free centre attacking mids. I am already thinking about maybe trying some slightly different player roles, maybe trying to almost invert the shadow strikers and attacking midfielders, play attacking midfielders wider and a shadow striker through the middle. But you know what? Let's not overreact just yet, because it's still early days, and Hyundu Ma, I mean, what a goal that is by the Roman playmaker. I mean, he was, I think, the big addition this year in terms of fee paid. £68 million. Tottenham sold him. He got an assist last game. He's got a worldie of a goal here. I wonder if they're starting to regret it yet. Well, you know what? We'll praise the players there. That is a really, really good start to this game. We did not get going against Man City, and I feel like now we've got a little bit of momentum on our side. I suppose it's a slightly different task all of a sudden. It's now on us to try and keep ahead and continue to do what we are doing. Castellanos for them with the ball at left wing back. Plays it forward to Vianette. He plays it forward to Manuzzi. And that is a not great goal to concede, is it? Well, we got the lead in this game. We lost it within 8 minutes. I'm going to be honest, Spike Brits, I did a bit of defending him earlier in today's episode. He has just dodged it there. I mean, it's just Football Manager being Football Manager, isn't it? When the player voted second best goalie in the world is incapable of positioning himself in his goal correctly in that situation, I'm just going to say it's a game issue rather than a skill issue, and hopefully we can all agree. Anyway, look, we've got to dust ourselves off. We can't sit here feeling sorry for ourselves as Casado plays it forward. Julien for them. Bursting through the middle. Hamilton, nice little tackle. Vianette back to I think that was Julien in behind again. It was saved that time by Brits. I'm not enjoying the fact that Chelsea all of a sudden look happy and are actually playing good football. The away fans from the Toon Army are behind the goal there, wishing this ball to be cleared away, and it is going to be cleared away. Right, shout encouragement at the players. This game is not gone yet by any means. 2 minutes left of this half. It's not been an action-packed first half, it has to be said, but if we could end it with a bang, that'd be really, really nice. Hughes stepping out with the ball for us here. Goes all the way back to the goalie in Brits. Chelsea not exactly pressing high or hard right now. Hyundu Ma back to Hamilton. Faye through the middle. Big Deli. The build-up play here is really pretty. The overlap's on. Mastalone, the Italian stallion, floats it. Everard heads it. It's 2-1. It's 2 goals in 2 for the Frenchman. Last game, Everard was set up by a new signing. He's been set up by another one here. Mastalone, the Italian left-back. That might be his first assist for us. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. Gives us a lead right before the break. Do you think that goal came a little against the run of play? Although, actually, when you look at things here, Chelsea didn't have a shot in the second half of that first half. We were really good there. That said, it's still a 1-goal game, and as we get into the opening minutes, really, of this second half, we could be on the attack again. Mastalone trying to pick out Souza. Cleared away. Chelsea looking for a counter-attack, but we win it back nicely. Ramon at right back doing the business. Faye drifting wide. Crosses it in. Everard is there. He's grabbed another, and it's 3-1 here at Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge, it might be falling down. The fortress of last year, the champions of England. They are in trouble. Everard beat the keeper at the near post. I feel like that's now 1-1 for goalie weirdness in the match engine, so we'll call it a draw. Oh my word, we could have another highlight here. The wind is in our sails. We are on the attack, Soa, with a chance maybe to take a free kick. He hits the woodwork. Souza has just missed what was basically an open goal. Chelsea looking to play the ball out from the back from this goal kick. I'll tell you what, for a moment I thought we were going to win an interception. Sadly not. And now they're going to try and relieve a little bit of the pressure that's been building in what is only the first 5 minutes of this second half. Manuzzi for them. With the ball shoots. Brits makes a big save. You know what? Let's praise the players here because we're 2 goals up. We just need to settle down a little bit. We've got a corner to deal with here. It's been a really much better performance in this game compared to the one against City, hasn't it? I feel like suddenly the 4-2-3-1 narrow, it looks like it has a bit of potential again. An hour played, I think it's time to make some subs. You know what? Hyundu Ma has been great in this game, but I feel like fresh legs are the name of the game. Sanchez, I'm going to bring in. I'm actually going to play him as a regista just so he holds his position a little bit more. Regista kind of movement is a lot less up and down the pitch and a lot more across the pitch, which when we're defending a lead like we are, I feel like is probably a good idea. In terms of the rest of the team's playing quite well. So I think these changes are just going to come down to getting fresh legs in. I'm going to bring in Juan out on the left attacking mid. Junjun is going to hopefully show us what he can do. Looking at Soa in the middle thinking, you're not having the best of games. You know what? Let's bring in Vial, and I was told with Everard I should only play him for 70 minutes, so despite the fact he's on for a hat-trick, and this might be controversial, I'm going to take him off. He's not match sharp, don't want to risk injuries. Chelsea here, I've just noticed, have switched to a 4-2-4 to try and chase this game down. I'm now going to play more narrow, try and encourage our players to play through the middle here. They've got a two-man midfield that I'd like to think we can bully. That said, Chelsea are going to hope it can maybe inspire some kind of comeback as they have a corner that's dealt with initially. Julian O'Leary, lovely touch around the defender, pulls it back. And Kobe Mainoo scores for Chelsea. That's a weird sentence to say. O'Leary's run here was really, really nice. Pulled it back super intelligently and it was quite a straightforward finish. Okay, you know what? It's 3-2 and now I'm wondering, am I going to regret those subs I made? You know what? Jun Hwan convinced me that you were the right man to bring on in this game. There's 22 minutes remaining. It's a one-goal game. We've obviously brought in a load of fresh legs in the final third. Balaki has the big boots of Everard to fill, and well, he might be able to fill them here because he's one-on-one. He dinks the keeper. It's 4-2. It's a goal bonanza here. Was it Faye with the assist here? I think it was Faye with the assist. This pass was stupendous to Balaki, the right back for Chelsea, playing him on. And how about that for a delicate little finish? I mean, looking at the stats, only 35% of the ball, but look at the XG. We have created a lot in this game. Chelsea repeatedly just trying to play the ball out from the back, unsuccessfully, it has to be said, so far in this game. Jun Hwan puts in half a tackle. A little bit of space in the middle, maybe for Chelsea to exploit, although Mainoo going to go all the way back to Di Vincenzi, Scalvini, their Italian defence linking up. Lovely build-up play, it has to be said, but Hughes wins it nicely, and now maybe we can hit them on the break on our own. Mastalone with the ball. Back to Hughes. There's still 15 minutes left here. You wouldn't bet against there being a couple more goals on offer. And with that in mind, more and more important that we do just continue to press home what feels like a slender advantage in this game as Faye gets onto a loose ball. Balaki, one-on-one, is 5-2. It is 5-2. I don't regret subbing on Balaki anymore. Faye again involved in the build-up in this goal here. Wins the ball nicely. Maybe last year when I played him out in the wing, that was stupid. Apparently I should have played him at centre attacking mid from the beginning. Chelsea here just playing the ball out from the back. I feel like they're playing with fire. Balaki, by the way, is currently on for a 7-minute hat-trick. If you could somehow get a goal here. Instead, though, it might be some defending needed. Because the ball is with Rafet Yakut. Played to Kotsonis. And it's now 5-3. This has been a stupid game of football. And it might not be done yet. It's been an 8-goal thriller. Could it be a 9-goal thriller? If there is going to be a 9th goal, please be in our favour. Because I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle things if they were to get one more goal back here. Marco, filling in at right back. And so far, he's looked pretty good in this part of the pitch. He's bringing it forward here, the right back. Loads of players in the middle to aim for. Dinks it towards Big Deli. Pass was off target. And now it's Kotsonis, who just got one. Looking to maybe add another to his collection. Maya, Vianette, Chelsea. Controlling the ball, it has to be said in this game for long spells, but we've just really caught them out and hit them on the break. Could be tough to do that here, though, because they've worked the ball around superbly. That was not far wide. But you know what? That highlight ended. We're straight into another. The goal kick goes straight to Chelsea, who are bringing it forward. Kotsonis is in behind. He scored. It's 4-5. It's 4-5. I'm panicking. VAR, please disallow the goal. It's not been disallowed. And I kind of skipped the last Kotsonis highlight after the goal thinking, well, you know what? They've got a consolation. That's nice. It might not be a consolation. Minor concern for me here. I kind of want to go to balanced mentality, but when I did that against against City, it really didn't work. Do I want to risk it against Chelsea? I don't think I do. Right, you know what? Get rid of run of defence, get rid of look for the overlap, shorten the passing and lower the tempo a little bit. Distribute it out from the back. Let's just try and see this game out, shall we? 3 minutes remain. No more highlights, please, Football Manager, or a highlight for us. Marco whips it in. Balaki looking for his hat-trick. Not going to get it from that kind of position. Picks out Sanchez. Marco, Big Deli, shot blocked. Chelsea, if they win the ball here, there's a counter-attack on. Hamilton wins it nicely. That was nervy for a moment. If that pass connected, we're in trouble. We could still be in trouble because Kotsonis gives it to Mainoo, gives it to Yakut. They've got options in the middle. Rafet Yakut blazes it wide. Also, I've put distribute to the fullbacks or centre-backs here. They're playing a 4-2-4 right now. If anything, we should be looking to get a little bit more direct with our play because right now they're matching our back four. There's 7 more minutes left in this game. This is horrific. This is not enjoyable. At 5-2, I thought, this is lovely. Not anymore. Chelsea, don't do it. Kotsonis, options, Julian. It's 5-5. I play this game for fun. And because it's my job. But it started off as my job because I played it and recorded it for fun. Is this pleasurable in any way? It's not. It's not. Oh, okay, we've got a corner. Panic, everyone. There's 5 minutes left. I feel like there could be another goal here. Imagine if we get it. I'll be on the pitch. Balaki whips it near post. It's headed halfway. Hamilton turns, scores. It's 6-5. It's 6-5. I don't even know what just happened here. Balaki crosses it in. Hamilton picks it up the centre-back, the homegrown centre-back, and spanks it into the back of the net. Please, now just end the game. Now just end the game, please, Football Manager. 2 minutes remain. We are going to win. We are going to win. It's a classic. 6-5 at the bridge. What a crazy game of football. We almost bottled it. I do think we probably deserved it on balance, but bloody hell. Football, eh? Last year we had a lot of 0-0s and 1-0s and 1-1s. That has changed here. Faye, 3 assists. How many assists did he get in the whole of last year? He was on set pieces last year as well. He got 9 assists in 37. He got a third of that total in 1 game today. Obviously, it's still very, very early doors, but suddenly things don't look so bad. We're ahead of Man City. They've played a game less. Liverpool and Aston Villa. I just want to finish up with Aston Villa this year. Nothing else matters. Okay, well, you know what? After that 11-goal thriller, I'm going to go have a lay down. Like I already mentioned, I think the Premier League is going to be the focus this year, and I'm looking at the Tottenham, Liverpool, United games, and I know they're not far away, but in the grand scheme of our season, that as a triple header might be rather pivotal. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you know what I'm going to say. Go down below, leave a like, come back tomorrow for more action. Until then, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.